man said to kill the bear barehanded so the people won't forget it. Getting money for I was legal to drink. I care what a broke nigga think. Look, everything I do so cold. I can do this, both eyes closed. Too sharp, I stay on my toes. About that guap boy, anything goes. Help the bear if we outside. Help the bear if we outside. Still tipping, baby, nothing changed. I'm still grinding over here, yeah. Still sliding through my own lane. Shorty, nothing funny over here. Dallas rain everywhere around me. Dream to get money. Made it through the storm, living sunny. Dreams came true, now we eating. I got more dreams to chase, gotta reach them. Trying to put a team together like the Hunger Games. Everybody grinding cause we all...
That's right. Lay Ill Kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. What is up, my people? Today, all year, coming with another wonderful episode of That's Right Specials. I got some awesome people here. Big shout out to everyone who's up in the chat. Brian up in the chat, Marjorie up in the chat. And I'm not by myself. Once again, I'm joined by some awesome people. In the bottom square, we got Solar Gray, Cinematic Sorcerer. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys? As he said, I'm Solar Gray, the Cinematic Sorcerer, coming at you from the Wizard's Tower. And boy, I love talking about one, Afrofuturism, and two, serious magic tech. But yeah, we got some other stuff to talk about today too. But you can find me over on twitch.tv/BID_P Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. We talk about nerd stuff and life, y'all. Because nerd
that's what it's about.
Nerd life.
And right over here, half of the dynamic duo of the South. That's right, Keith Cooper of Blerdish.
What's up, y'all? Appreciate coming back. Before we do our Young Justice thing, sometimes this nerd life gets a little serious. We out here working hard for you on a Monday. And I apologize to Solar off screen. I did it last time. I'm gonna do it again because we're live now. Hawkeye isn't the trash I thought it was gonna be. I don't care. You know what's amazing? I don't like you talk about magic. I don't like Jeremy Renner. I don't necessarily like Hawkeye, but I like the show.
Okay. That's cool.
All right, cool. You know what? I'm not the type of man to say I told you so.
Oh,
thank you for keeping an open mind enough to look at something from a different perspective. Because at the end of the day, we all found something we liked. Ain't that what we do this for?
Hey, man.
Yeah, that's true.
It kind of get me in the Christmas mood, man. Strangely enough, I don't know. I like violence for my Christmas.
It's nothing like a die-hard Christmas.
And real talk, I actually did not read the comic run that this series is based on.
Me neither.
No, bits and pieces of it.
But no, honestly, it's I always look at stuff like this. We all know that Batman gets a pass because he's Batman. But whenever you get anybody put together in a series of gods that seems like just a person, if they're keeping up, they gotta be there. They're there for a reason. That and the fact that nobody gave Black Widow any crap either. But yeah, the people without superpowers that are keeping up with the people with superpowers, you can't sleep on them. You really can't.
Okay.
But yeah. But I do get where a lot of people was coming from. But yeah, that is a good show. It's just a good show. I didn't read the comic, but that show is a lot better than I thought it had the right to be.
Yeah, we got 2 more episodes, so we'll see how they ended up.
Man of my word. My word.
Yeah. So thank you, man.
Speaking of Marvel and the Marvel world, yesterday I saw T'Challa trending, so I was like, "Oh snap, T'Challa!" I mean, I want to be down. Look, hey, you know what I'm saying? I want to see this. What's T'Challa doing? You know what I'm saying?
Right?
And for everybody up here early in chat, make sure to hit the like button, share this stream out, get people in because we about to start talking about it. So I go on to Twitter, and the first tweet that I see, I'm going to put the tweet in the chat so you guys can see it too. So y'all can, you know what I'm saying, make sure y'all get all the little tidbits of news and statements that we're saying first. So, all right. I see this tweet that says, I know this is a bit of a hot take, but a lot of this rumored on-set drama of Black Panther 2 might have been prevented if they just recast T'Challa. I know people love Chadwick Boseman. I did too. But that character had more stories to tell. So when I read that, I was like, huh, this is weird. You know, rumored on-set drama? What else is going on? So I start to dig around. I start to look and see like what other people are talking about, what's going on. And apparently, at the time last night, it was being said, hey, Letitia Wright is not coming back to Marvel for Black Panther 2 because she doesn't want to get vaccinated. That's the word last night. Now, of course, that was a rumor at the time. We don't know for sure where they got it from because there's always people online fronting like they got the direct line, you know what I'm saying, to Disney. Some of your favorite YouTubers probably online right now. Yo, I got sources, B. But anyway,
Show me some receipts.
Yeah, it's like so. They were saying, "Hey, look, you know, she doesn't want to come back," but we've also heard that this might possibly be in line with what she's up to because she has been on her Kyrie Irving with the with the vaccination status. All right, she's like, look, I ain't getting vaccinated. I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? She's been like retweeting like, you know, conspiracy theories and stuff. Like that's just where her head is at. So her being not only of that mindset, but then also being injured has paused the production of Black Panther already, which has already been stumbled and stifled by, of course, the loss of Chadwick Boseman. So now this thing has been pushed back. She got injured, got pushed back again. Now the idea is that she's not getting, you know, she's not getting vaccinated. She's not coming back. But then we hear from Kevin Feige and I believe Jeff Loeb in a memo like, nah, look, everything's cool. She coming back. She coming back at the beginning of 2022.
Oh, you mean long enough for a vaccine to take? just saying.
So the sad thing is that this is starting to look like a mess. Because we don't know, because there's all kinds of conflicting stories, conflicting directions. And this is one of those things like Geeky Andre is talking about recast T'Challa. We've all talked about it. Look, recast T'Challa. Marvel itself has had 3 different Hulks. Like, you can recast T'Challa. I'll get into why I think, well, I've talked about why I think they're not going to recast him, but I'll get into why I think, if you haven't heard me say it before, I'll get into why I think they're not going to recast him or say they're not going to recast him a little later. But I did want to like open the floor up to you guys. Like, how did you get up on this information? Did you see something else, or like where were you at, or you know, like I guess in your mindset of how you feel about Wakanda Forever when you heard about this? Uh-oh.
I'm gonna let you start because
no, I'm gonna ask you to start.
Okay,
start, Cliff. That please.
I'll try to be brief because Soul gonna come with it, like a visiting pastor. He getting ready to come to the pulpit. But
yeah.
Oh man, you summed it up best. First of all, I kind of laugh when you say it's starting to look like a mess. Now, Mike, you watch basketball, right? You kept up with things over there. Now you know good and well where there's smoke, there's fire. You know when it be like close to trade deadline and it's all type of wild stuff coming out. That's what this feels like. That is not good at all, my friend. That is the worst to use as a sports analogy. And look, even though I'm a Lakers fan, I root for the Pels too. You know, Zion got problems. But anyway, you know, you're looking like me out there, man. When that's just being real. But you know,
he got that Jordan brand money though.
Good for him. but I want him to have a career. But but all I have to say is, it's a mess. And look, you know what it is. It's always about the money. Kevin Feige know how to do the spin, and he's gonna get the benefit of the doubt because he's been doing his thing as a producer and all that. But
yeah.
I am not happy about none of this. I haven't been not happy about. Let's just say if I could accept, or I was like, okay, I know they probably ain't gonna recast. I might go watch it. I'm like 50-50 without this. But for the star of the show, and I'm a little personally offended because it hurts me multiple ways. First of all, and I'm not telling you my business, but we talked about this in our pod. My co-host, Mark Dub, he survived COVID. Okay, he was one of the first cases in our state because he got it from traveling before everybody knew what it was. Like talking about, So I was on the phone with Mark all the time, listening to how he sounds until he got better. And Mark is a man of science. He's an actual scientist. So he did his research and actually listened to what some of the scientists have to say and not listen to conspiracy theorists, idiots, and survived it. And other people we know survived it as well. And, I'm down here in a almost red state. There's a lot of foolishness. I work with the public. I work in a library. I hear it all. I deal with it. So, I have to keep my spirits up. Real talk, the nerd stuff kind of helps me out sometimes because I want to sometimes choke some patrons and be like, I don't want to hear none of this. Where, I can't, and now I legally cannot yell at people to tell they wear their mask because we dropped the mask mandate. So
you can't legally yell at people because you work in a library. So,
well, hey, man, that's semantics. But anyway, at this point, sometimes, the different things that you deal with that has affected people mentally in a pandemic, from those like who generally want to wear their mask. Not that I want to, but I don't want to catch corona, so I try to keep mine on. I'm vaxxed, I'm boosted, I got all 3 shots, so ultimately, because I do stuff in the public, I sell comic books in the public, I do pop-up events, so it's like, okay, what's the, sometimes you can be that one case. Nothing is perfect, but I ain't never seen nothing in my life where the damn help and solution is hated more than the thing that is killing hundreds of thousands of people. It's like, did I wake up in an alternate planet? Am I in is this a joke? Is this an SNL skit? Is this a living color? Is this the kids in the hall? I don't know. I'm randomly pulling out some crazy white skits. But whatever. It's
straight pulled the kids in the hall.
It's something.
Took me back on that.
Who in their right mind? And I'm gonna calm down.
You can stop right there. Who in their right mind?
There is no one
in their right mind that would be on this.
It's so ironic that the person who plays the character, who is known as the science, the person who does science in the most science person capital of the world in this universe, is spouting conspiracy theory nonsense and trying to be cute and coy with it somewhat, like we don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just throw out another thing. It's that whole, she kind of threw out some anti, I think American sentiment, Black American sentiment, a smidge, and about if you just lose weight and all that, like it's a virus. Yes, being skinnier and healthier. Well, excuse me, not being skinnier, being healthier, keyword, does help. But ultimately, a virus will destroy anything. And to bring it back to basketball, The Rock is in great shape. He survived it. Kevin Durant survived it. These are world-class athletes. So you telling me if these
about as healthy as you ever gonna get?
They got all the money and all the facilities to work out, and they pride themselves on their body. I don't need Letitia Wright to tell me nothing, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna throw this out there, and I'm gonna let Solar take it. I don't even want her back as Shuri. Give me a new Shuri, much less as T'Challa. I mean, I know she ain't T'Challa. I know the Black Panther's a mantle to pass down. Excuse me, I know, but she can be gone. I don't care what role she playing. I'm tired of this.
Yeah.
We have seen our loved ones dying past. We going into year 3 of this. I don't give a damn. If she stays, I may not be spending my money. I may not.
I will say before you take it, Solar, I will say I am growing less and less interested in Black Panther 2. Whatever they call it, whether they call it Wakanda Forever, the rise of Shuri, whatever. I don't know. Whatever they call it, like I'm growing less and less interested in this. And I'll get into why, because they're trying to make it something. It's not Black Panther. But that's a whole other thing. Solar, please take it. I don't want to go on a rant right now.
So you're just gonna let me?
No.
Okay. I will break this down into as many non-emotional compartments as I can,
Okay.
just so that we have a framework for when I go off.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Number one. Given the process of filmmaking and what is required for filmmaking in a physical sense, the long hours, the lack of nutrients, and the levels of exhaustion that have been proven to have negative effects on the immune system for hundreds of years. The fact that COVID testing, at least testing, isn't mandatory on any of these sets breaks my heart from a company like Disney. Okay, that is what I will have to say, because we're talking about a Marvel movie, right? So let's say 5 to 10 minutes of end credits. 70% of those names that are scrolling for 5 to 7 minutes are there. Okay. Now, it's one thing if we were talking about an STD. Okay. If you don't want to
Yeah.
get your shot for gonorrhea and you're on a movie set, that's fine. If you don't want to get your shot for, say, HIV on a set, that's fine. All right. But we're talking about an airborne virus. Airborne. Okay. And just given the long hours, the weird environments, the strange temperatures that are there, when you're around at least, and I'm talking a bare minimum second unit, 30 people on a set at any given time.
And I was going to be nice and say 20.
Yeah, even if it's 15, that's still 15 people. And any elementary school teacher will tell you what that is like. Okay? Any.
Incubator.
Yeah, it is a huge petri dish. So the fact that there isn't a mandate there just to save money in going through the unions and replacing people when they get it from somewhere, that is horrible mismanagement in my observations. Okay, just the risk, the financial risk of all the things that can happen by not writing a singular memo is astounding to me. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, okay, I'm going through this a lot, especially with our people. I get it. There's still people alive from Tuskegee. Okay, so I understand the distrust. Okay, there's a lot of people I don't trust. Most of them used to sign my paychecks. That doesn't mean I didn't show up to work. Okay, when we've got the observable, sorry, I have literally been talking since 2 o'clock today. Since we have observable research from over 100 different facilities, both in the private sector and the public sector, about the vaccines, what they do, and the global data talking about how much this airborne virus has reduced, I don't think there should be a problem. I get fear, but when it comes to the conspiracy theories and I don't trust this and I don't trust that, I do my best in my life to listen to what people mean versus the words that come out of their mouths. Okay. Um, so when I hear all this stuff, I used to ask the question, what is your line? What what will it take for you to trust a vaccine? Because growing up, I remember I couldn't go into school without getting vaccinated. And I was
Yeah.
fortunate. My mom worked at a hospital, so it was literally just a matter of walking in, picking up the coffee cup that the ER had with my name on it. Don't ask, long story. Um, and get my shots so I can go to school. And my mom would be damned if I didn't get my vaccine because she slept at home during the day and she couldn't do that while I was here. So I was going to school. Um, and we haven't been anti that. As far as the mandates with the masks, I have not seen one protest over no shoes, no shirt, no service. Okay. So
Yeah.
all of this leads me to believe that there's something deeper that people ain't talking about, either lazy or mean or just plain selfish. Okay. Now to say all of that, okay, let's talk about Black Panther. All right, let's really talk about this. Now, that is the one I will say most troubled franchise in the MCU. Okay.
Very
I'm not saying bad. I'm not saying bad. Okay. It's not the Inhumans. Thank Christ.
well.
Yeah.
um,
Hmm.
but losing your principal actor in an iconic role is huge. Okay. We're literally sitting up like losing Christopher Reeves in 1983. Where would the Superman franchise be at that point? I get it. Okay. However, maybe it's because of my stage background or anything like that, but the show must go on. Okay, I have been on the front of recast T'Challa for a long time. Matter of
Yep.
fact, the person who I chose was someone that you introduced me to, NERDSoul. If I may,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah. And I'm talking about our man Vuyo Dabula from Queen Sono. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, we are talking great big African king, mountain of a man, all that other stuff, Um,
And Queen Sono was dope. It's a shame it didn't get a second season, but
right?
it was another casualty of pandemic
Yeah.
scheduling and everything.
Okay.
I was
And
supposed to start it. I
and
never
that's an
started.
actor that I can buy as T'Challa. Especially since, oh, I don't know, he's African.
Yeah, I mean,
um,
dude is
so
African, so it's like,
yeah,
and he
so
has
he
the
wouldn't even
body.
have to take
He's
any
already done
dialect
the
classes.
fight stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's right there. He's right there 100%, just waiting for that call from Marvel. He wouldn't even have to do the whole gym regimen. Again, yeah, I look at him and I feel the same way that I looked at Henry Cavill with, in the sense of I'm not Superman. In that scene in Man of Steel where he took the clothes from the clothesline, I'm like, yeah, that's Superman. I ain't never gonna be that. Um, so I'm pointing all that out to say that the um the cast is out there, the talent is out there
Yes.
now. And again, these actors from shores outside of America have proven year after year after year that they know the job better than we do. And I'm talking from Sidney Poitier to Benedict Cumberbatch. If you pick an actor that's not from America, they're going to rule whatever role they're in. Okay, be it a Hemsworth, a Laurie, um, uh, uh, ex Benedict Flappy Batch, whoever, they can do the job. you know. So that's where I sit on that. Now let's talk about Miss Wright. Ooh, the way she's acting, she ain't even a Miss Right now. Okay. Um,
All the decorum went out the window real quick.
thank you. Um, one, I understand that there's no escaping politics. Okay, I'm really not. I really do. but just considering all the points that I brought up before of how many people are there and all that stuff, the thought of I'll be fine if I don't get a vaccine says so much about a lack of education for me that my heart screams. Okay, because again,
Yeah.
asymptomatic carriers are asymptomatic carriers. Okay, so we have no idea how many people she might have gotten sick
Already.
just by showing up to work. Okay, it's just now coming up that that Agent Orange, or as one of my favorite comedians call him, Sweet Potato Hitler, was already tested positive during the first debate.
Which is
So
obvious.
huh?
I mean, look at him. Look at the ex-vice
You
at the
know,
time.
yeah.
I
So
mean,
yeah,
gee.
so I mean, the fact that we're dealing with an airborne virus, all right, airborne virus. So you know how I love talking in metaphors. And I look at the people who don't get vaxxed that go around a bunch of other people. I'm like, sorry, man, you got bit by a zombie. I'm out. Or you were covered in sewage. That's how I got to treat you. And when it comes to now being the flagship, being the flagpole, the tent pole for a franchise that costs over $100 million just to produce, and one that has already pulled in billions of dollars
Yep.
worldwide. I'm not trying to sound like Uncle Ben, but with that kind of power comes a hell of a responsibility.
In fact,
Yep.
I'm gonna jump in and I'll give you another sports comparison around the same time. Now, Kyrie, we love. It's somewhat fun to mess with Kyrie because he's a head case, and
Yeah.
I'll throw Aaron Rodgers out there. He's just such an arrogant prick about things. But I'll go another, and you just said as a winning, $1 billion thing. What's his name? From the Golden State Warriors. He didn't want to get vaxxed, but apparently, I think his teammates got on him. They talked to him. What's his name? Andrew Wiggins.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
Wiggins is talented, but he is somewhat limited. But he's a good teammate. He has the skill that fits with him. Long story short, imagine if he would have set out. Golden State only has lost lost less than 10 games. They're on pace to maybe break another record. Steph Curry is back. Steph
Yep.
Curry needed this guy, and he has fit a role. Even after they lost Kevin Durant, who had it as well, they're doing great. So what if he was that selfish? Now, they also came and pulled him to the side and were like, hey, you're going to lose this amount of money. We're going to keep taking your money. If you want to pay us like a fool, we're going to ding you, and you're going to ruin your career somewhat because we don't know how long this is going to last. The NBA, and look, I'm just going to keep it real. What do rich white men like to keep doing? Making money.
Thank you.
They gonna be like, if they're like, all right, what we got to do to make this money keep rolling?
Look, real
do I
talk.
gotta get vaxxed? You got to get vaxxed. Let's get vaxxed.
Yeah, no, real talk.
I mean, you could do it the Aaron Rodgers way, though. You could.
Well,
no, seriously, real talk.
He got a pass.
Any of your viewers
got
that
lucky.
have watched me on your shows know I rarely pull this card. All right. But I think seriously that Anthony Mackie, Denai Guerrera, Michael B. Jordan, and Don Cheadle need to put on a hazmat suit, all put on hazmat suits and pull her aside going, we can't let our slips be showing in front of all these old white people like this.
Well,
if you gonna go Candace Owens, fine, do it on your own time.
Who's all in all up on it though? Who's all on her side? You never know. Like a lot of this.
I'm just saying. I'm saying like one, Black Panther as a franchise. Okay. Kinda Tyler. Kinda. As a franchise, Black Panther is super important.
Yes.
Because it is the first time a story about people that look like us have been put in the spotlight on this level with this much faith behind it, and not showing us in a terribly negative light. I mean, even Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger, he wasn't a thug, he wasn't ignorant, he was misguided, but he was college educated, he had had life experience, and he was a competent character. Okay,
Yeah.
so we ain't got that much, and this is the, historically speaking, and we are all grown men here. What normally happens, okay, what normally happens is we get a chance, we prove that everything is big and we can do the job. One person comes up, and then one person comes up and they literally mess it up for everybody. It literally is well, we gave you a chance. Now let's do another Iron Man,
Oh,
and so yeah, I mean, seriously,
5 more Batmans.
yeah, seriously,
Batman,
right?
whatever.
Um,
They'll have
and
Superboy
this
come out there with a
franchise, I mean, real talk, Disney rolled the dice on Black Panther. We all remember how many times it got pushed back, how little press it got after the announcement, and how little the comic actually gets pushed.
the
Okay,
comic doesn't get pushed at all.
exactly. And then this
Like,
movie came out, and sales and money went up through the roof the whole time. Okay, the Black Panther franchise is like Tupac, all eyes on it. And then she goes around doing this. And it's like, all right, look, you know. So,
and I
um,
gotta ask a question. I gotta just keep it 100.
hmm?
Outside of this, I know she probably have done stage plays, this, and that. What else does she has going on?
She's a West End actor. Okay,
Okay.
so she is a British stage actor, which is why she's so good.
That
Most
ain't
of
got
our
nothing to
first,
do with Black Panther though. She
yeah,
ain't
no,
pulling.
well,
She ain't
Like,
pulling
what
in.
bag
She's
is
not pulling in the
what
eyeballs. She's not pulling
millions
in
of
the
bang?
visibility. She's not pulling
well,
in the platform from
she
anything.
wasn't, okay? But I will tell you, one of Disney's criterias for a Disney princess is how many little girls dress like her after she's been exposed, okay?
Exposed.
And after Black Panther, Shuri is a Disney princess, at least on the same level as
Yes,
Cinderella or Snow White. And I'm
yes.
talking with
But
the
let's.
modern stuff because I saw just as many. I saw not that many fewer Sherry's around Halloween as I saw Ilsa's.
This is true.
You
Yes,
This
know,
is true.
so
but
that's
the
real.
movie
I
is
mean,
not named Shuri.
you're
It's not.
right. You're
The
right. The
movie is
movie is
not
not.
named Shuri.
And
It
I'm just
is
saying,
her.
what
It's her proximity to Black Panther that brought her there. Now, I'm not
Well,
saying that she's
yes,
not popular. I'm not saying that she's not talented. She meaning Letitia Wright. But to act like this joint ain't put the wind up under her sails now.
oh no, no,
Like,
no! It absolutely put the wind up under her
like
sails.
I'm
let's
just gonna
But
keep
let's
it
I
let's
can
real.
be
also
for
let you
real.
know
I,
she went pretty high up with that wind,
I feel
which
like
means eyes are on her.
there's
She
several
is now a
actors.
representative.
I feel they can pull a Terrence Howard real quick, get her out of there,
Nah.
and they can
What are you
get
talking about,
more
man?
new. Main, look,
No, man.
Main, Main
What you
did
talking
good
about, man?
afterwards, but everybody help her out. You can always stand on her
Me,
soapbox.
man.
Look, I'm
No,
sorry.
man.
I'm just at the
I'm the real
point
war
where
machine, man.
All right, so
shout out to one of my listeners. He gave me a list. I don't have the list with me, but I might go back. And he came up with some great ideas of people who I think would even be a better Shuri, whether she's holding the mantle or title or not of Black Panther. So if you want to even go that route, I don't have to have her at all.
No.
I don't.
yeah.
I'm just not that acquiesced to her. Maybe I don't understand her massive talents or
Well, we're
whatever.
gonna
But
we're we'll
I
get
don't
we'll
have.
get
I don't care.
into what I think is going on with her too.
Okay.
But someone did write on Twitter. I put the link in the chat. This person says Kevin Feige, meaning speaking as Kevin Feige. Quote, it has come to our attention that both Chadwick and his family wanted the character T'Challa to continue on expiring generations. With that,
Thank you.
and with the voices of the fans of T'Challa, we have decided to recast and continue the legacy he began. Press release right now. This fix is that easy. You know what I'm saying? Basically, look, that is that easy, Kevin. Like, come on. But once again, I will say, and Chadwick Boseman's brother has said something similar to this, and I didn't even know he said something similar to this, but I think the real reason why we are not recasting T'Challa, and we are never going to recast T'Challa, it ain't got nothing to do because we love Chadwick so much, or oh Chadwick, oh just no one can do what Chadwick can do. Oh, he's so amazing, and I love Chadwick Boseman, but he's not the only actor on the planet. This is why I believe that white money effectively expected to shut black people up by making this movie for them. And then when they made the movie and they saw the experience and the effect on black people, especially young black boys who are targeted the most when it comes to criminality throughout this nation. When they saw the hope and the joy on black boys' faces to have a black king standing up, he's in Africa, so he's in the motherland. There's not flies crawling all over him. It's not destitute, and you know what I'm saying? It's not all kinds of just poverty and trash all around him. He is a king that is standing on his own square, is intelligent enough, and has the fortitude to be able to handle any issue coming at him. When they saw that, plus the cosplaying, plus the culture come out to perform what they saw on screen while in the theater, they said, ho, ho, ho. These people can't be feeling good about themselves. But we got to now the things are hit because Black Panther has thrown out a whole bunch of lies that Hollywood always told you. Hollywood always told you black movies don't sell. Black movies don't sell overseas. No, what happens is you hamstring black movies by giving them no budget and no promotion, and then they fail. See, once you have an actual machine behind it, all of a sudden people like black movies. So, real quick, let me finish this. So here, they didn't know what to do until Chadwick passed, and they were like, cool. Now we can use this to say that we're not going to go any further. And what we'll do is instead say, oh, well, we'll make it about black women and, you know, the group and the village and stuff, which is cool. But Black Panther has been T'Challa. Always has been. Now, of course, I know they're going to be like, there's been other kings, and Shuri has been, but Shuri, as far as the mantle of Black Panther, we all know was essentially a storyline, but she is not, of course, Black Panther. Just like someone would say, who's Wolverine? Is it what is it, Dakin? Or is it what's the girl's name? The girl that has the two.
Yeah,
thank you. Is it them? Well, I mean, I guess it can be, but Wolverine is Logan, and it will always be Logan. You know what I'm saying? Nobody would try this foolish mess with any other character like, oh, well, we're going to make a Superman movie and we'll have Kara in it. No. Like, I mean, Kara can kick it with Clark, but it would never be. So that I want to frame it up because we do get into some gender war territory on Black Twitter later on. I got some tweets, but I wanted to frame that up. But go ahead, Keith.
I was just gonna say that, and when you say about the machine, that they also acquiesce to the worldwide racism in these other countries that don't even want black people on the movie ads, and it still smashed all these records with the natural hatred that it get or the lack of understanding, and it still did that. So, you know, it's just amazing how people are.
I don't want to go as far as that, not because I don't think it's plausible, but because I don't have enough inside information You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I don't have enough proof. I'm saying I don't have enough inside info.
I
But
agree.
everything we're talking about is perfectly reasonable back engineering what is there. Okay. Um, but let's just play a quick game about benefit of the doubt. Okay. Just a quick game. All right.
Okay.
Because I'm putting aside black and I'm pulling up the number one color that goes across the world. Green. Okay. Um when it comes to this, I think about what I would think about as an investor. Okay. Um the last movie made billions of dollars. Now, if I was the type of investor that I would be, right, I would have a little more information. Now, what we've come to know via some press releases is this whole thing is going to be, excuse me, the introduction of Atlantis, and it's going to be secret hidden magic kingdom versus secret hidden tech kingdom, and that's kind of what this whole plot's going to be about. Okay, so if I'm planning on doing a story with global consequences and scope, okay, super tech versus super super magic, i.e. Atlantis versus Wakanda, um I would look at the source material, and in the source material itself, they cannot, okay, they cannot not recast T'Challa, because Namor the Submariner would have very little beef with anybody else on the Black Panther cast. Like there's no one else there that would be butting heads with him, unless she's gonna be promoted from Dora Milaje to Queen, in which case, cool. I'd be cool with a Wakanda movie starring Okoye. All right, not just because I have a great big crush on Denai Guerrera. Holla. Anyway,
But it's still a
um,
Wakanda movie. It's not a Black Panther movie.
yes.
You know
Now,
what
as
I'm
far
saying?
as having a Black Panther movie, of course it has to be recast. Um, what I think might be happening because of risk aversion for profit is, remember what we know about money people behind the scenes. Okay, they like reliable, and losing
Yes.
your
Yeah.
principal actor is a whole lot of risk that they would rather revert. So
But
now the
can
question, yeah,
I'll say, but me also thinking as an investor, if my true blue reliable person start going nuts and start being an insensitive jerk, and I just said what I just said about, people I know surviving it, I might feel like the risk has shot up a little bit sky high. Be
well,
like, maybe we should listen to these people.
well,
I'm not saying nothing against your point,
that's on
but
top of the big risk that is brought up. The question is, did people like the movie or did people like the actor? Okay. And we know that people like the actor. All right.
yeah.
So what do? Do we release a property in the time that we have while the fire is still hot without the actor to see what people are going to react to as far as the rest of the supporting cast? And if that does well, then maybe we'll recast it. Or do we take the gamble on recasting it and going into it with this character? You know, either one is equal risk. So it's really is a matter of a coin flip, unless you
Well,
hit social media and see that the fans can't even agree on what they want.
Well, fortunately,
well,
the little bit of social media I allow myself to deal with, nobody can quite agree. And I'll just say this, but I know Mike, you about to take it over because the social media stuff gets crazy.
yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
some fans got too passionate about it when T'Challa, excuse me, not T'Challa, excuse me, when Chadwick died. And a lot of people are like saying, oh, well, he is Black Panther. The role must die with him. Like, no, it does not have to. But I do
In that
respect
case, Wesley
giving
Snipes
it
is Blade.
some time, giving it some months, giving it people time to mourn but to understand the business of, like you said, the show must go on, and the importance of his character. I mean, like, I get
Well,
it.
also
Stan
the
Lee ain't
symbol must go on.
yes.
Mhm.
Even
I'm gonna
Stan
keep it
Lee
real with you.
himself said it to
I
some
got
degree how big it means.
I've seen so many young black boys excited to see that movie, excited to see Spider-Verse and stuff like that. They ain't checking for Superman now. They ain't checking for Batman now. It don't mean that they don't like them. They're like, oh yeah, Superman's great, he's cool. But can we watch
But
Black
they
Panther
Superman
expect
again?
to
comes out, they
be
gonna go see it.
shown.
You know what I'm
But
saying? Can we watch Spider-Verse again? Like, yeah, Batman's great. Yeah, the Justice League, that's fun. But
But,
can we
but
watch
Miles is like,
Spider-Verse again? You know, it,
T'Challa is like my uncle. He's like my dad. He's like, somebody who I can look up to
I
be.
can grow up
You
to
know,
be that.
you
yep.
know,
I can't grow up to
even if
be like it. I can see myself growing to be it.
if,
And yeah,
and if you can't, be the superhero, but can you just tug on the cape? Can you just touch the cape and get something out of it?
The hem of
As they
his
used to
garment, if you will.
you know,
say.
especially given the ending of part one. I mean that was really important, you know. And I mean, I definitely get this. I get where a lot of people can come from with the, oh no, black movies don't sell. I'm like, yeah, tell that to Tyler Perry, you know, tell that to Eddie Murphy, tell that to Will Smith, you know. Um,
Seriously.
and those, at their time, they are the top grossing people in entertainment. I mean, I can't stand Tyler Perry movies. Like, I would rather put this out in my eye than to watch a Tyler Perry movie, you know.
Mm.
But
I'm
um,
with that. I'm with you.
but
Almost.
he literally just bought a multi-billion-dollar studio in Atlanta. So somebody going to see those movies and those plays. You know, I mean, again, green, money talks.
That's what it's
And
about.
when it comes down to it, I'm not gonna come off as naive as to say I know there are some people that don't want to see it succeed for exactly those card reasons. Okay, but I'm trying to put that card back in the deck and saying that they love green more than they hate black. um, and when it
I,
comes
I,
down to
I,
that,
I argue against that. Agents of white supremacy have sided with their race before money many times throughout history. Many
I'd say
times. They have held that line many
I don't
times.
I don't think that we're talking the same thing because
Okay.
I'm not arguing that white supremacists won't hurt themselves to hurt us. What I'm arguing is that most of the people in power are more useful idiots than they are white supremacists. Okay?
Well, I
Okay.
would say maybe in
There can be
regards
an
to
argument for that. All right.
yeah,
You know.
because why would it would yeah, I think what y'all both saying is very valid because I just think they just did not think this was gonna be the hit that it was, and they weren't ready. They were inept,
No.
and they didn't understand why this culturally hit.
Like,
True.
remember,
You
they
know,
didn't even have toys ready. Remember?
Yeah.
They have
And
I
the
toys
was
fact of the
ready.
selling more
matter,
t-shirts
yeah.
than
And the
they
fact
were.
Yeah, and the fact of the matter was I can almost guarantee they didn't expect for it to blow up in such a nuclear manner. And I don't think anybody expected Chadwick to die.
No, nobody
So you
knew.
got
No.
two huge unexpected things happening. And when it comes to money, when it comes to the people who fund this stuff and make these decisions, okay, again, they love money and they're scared of risk. And then these two unknown things
The
bring
worst
up all
possible
this
thing.
risks. And I mean, this is the same movie industry that let's face it, I'm not pulling the race card. I'm not doing any of that. But what I will say is that they are disconnected. Like I saw a meme when Black Panther came out. Actually, no, I saw a meme when Cats came out, and it was Black Panther does 1.3 billion dollars worldwide. The lesson that the entertainment industry takes: people like movies with cats, and you know,
Oh
so
boy.
so they are disconnected.
Whoever wrote that was
What?
disingenuous. They were lying to themselves. I know
All right. So,
they were lying.
Now, I do want to touch on the thing about saying like the fans can't, kind of decide what they want. Well, it's not really because when you look at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, stuff like that, TikTok, whatever, there's fans that are genuinely invested in the storyline and what's going on. And then there's like online purveyors that just like to throw stuff in. There's been so many people that have thrown in stuff like make Nakia Black Panther. It's just like what? Look.
Yeah, I saw that. And
so of course, like everything, of course, on Black Twitter, I'm putting in the tweet right now. On Black Twitter, everything has to become a gender war. So this tweet, a young lady says, I'm side-eyeing the dudes who never wanted Shuri to be Black Panther, but a T'Challa recast despite comic canon, using the Letitia fumble to try to make it make sense. It doesn't. Also, taking this time to put in Ashley Roman's name for the possible Shuri hat. Now, here's my issue. This whole idea. Oh, go ahead.
Can I say something? This is why I'm not on Twitter, because I'm gonna reply to that comment right now. All right, that argument holds absolutely no water for anyone that reads the comic. Yes,
thank you.
Shuri did become the Black Panther, and she messed everything up when she had the job. If anybody who read the comic is looking at it and saying they should make Shuri Black Panther, it should come with an addendum, and they should rewrite it to make her competent.
Shuri had a very tough time as the Black Panther.
Yes, she did.
She liked the fight.
Because she essentially wasn't ready. Like the Black Panther is more than just fighting people.
Yeah.
And she had a very tough time. And people. Then there's another tweet that comes out and says, not people saying just recast T'Challa in Black Panther 2, since Letitia Wright might be out because of being an anti-vaxxer. How do you give some attention to how about you give some attention to Lupita Nyong'o and make her the lead instead? Okay, once again. Okay. I don't know where this energy is. Well, you know what? I think I know where this energy is coming from. Hold on. I put that tweet in the chat so y'all can see it. I know where this energy is coming from. To somehow make Black Panther 2 this kind of female-led thing, and this is not a gender war thing. This is the Hollywood narrative. It ain't got nothing to do with, because someone else came in and said, oh, well, y'all guys don't want, we need Shuri to be Black Panther because nobody wants to see a Black female lead, and Black female leads aren't getting roles. So I was like, you know what? That's an interesting statement. And I feel like it's not true. So I went and took a list, and this isn't even all, but this is a list of films that have had Black female leads since we had the announcement of Black Panther. Okay? Tessa Thompson, Sylvie's Love, Amanda Stenberg, The Hate You Give, Tiffany Haddish, The Kitchen, Black Women in General, Girls Trip, Zoe Kravitz in Big Little Lies and High Fidelity, Tracee Ellis Ross in Blackish and The High Note, Issa Rae and Yvonne in Insecure, Cynthia Erivo in Harriet, Octavia Spencer in Ma and Self-Made, Lupita Nyong'o in Us, Kerry Washington in American Son, Michaela Cole in I May Destroy You. It goes on and on. I could keep going. Niecy Nash in Claws, Logan Browning in Dear White People, Robin Thede in A Black Lady Sketch Show, Kerry Washington again in Little Fires Everywhere, which is actually kind of good. I mean, the daughter got on my nerves, but it's a good show. All right, Taylor Russell, Escape Room, Tika Sumpter, An Acceptable Loss, Taraji P. Henson, What Men Want, Lupita Nyong'o, I already got Us, my bad, Taraji P. Henson in The Best Enemies, Marsai Martin in Little. It goes on and on. Black women are leading stuff. You need to watch it. That's your problem. I remember when Nikita on CW got canceled, and women, especially white women, were like, where's our female-led, we can be action stars too. I'm like, Nikita just got canceled, and it was dope. Why weren't you watching it? Don't come up in here. The list continues. Gugu and Mbatha Raw, In Fast Color, Tessa Thompson in Little Woods, Samantha Mugatsia, excuse me, and Sheila Muniva and Rafiki. There's tons of films. There's
And-
Queen Sono. There's tons of films and television with black women leading this. This has nothing to do with black men like, oh, y'all can't be in nothing. Y'all can't be a part of nothing. Y'all can't have nothing. No, it's about, can we have something?
Well,
Can I just
Something.
say?
Because if
Can I
you look at the list
Okay.
of leading black men in films and TV, it's not that long.
there's 7. There are 7.
And I just
They
want
are
to say this,
archetypes.
and not even going into the gender war to that tweet. Yes, a fumble will make you drop the bag. A fumble will mess you up. A fumble will get you unemployed. A fumble will get you fired, will get you killed, will get you messed up out in these streets. I don't know where people that got, gender, this ain't even gender. I don't know if it's generational or if it's age or just people being stupid on social media. And I'm trying to keep it a family show, but when you F up, there are consequences. And if you are making people who are more powerful and richer than you drop their bag, they're going to drop you. So that's why it is a problem. Like people like, and I'm not downplaying whatever. Like I have no energy for none of that. I laugh at the whole gender thing because it's whatever. And black women are dope. I'm happy all those things exist. But I'm just harping on the fact of global pandemic, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
It's serious. Like, and also as a parent of, I'll go even deeper for you. As a parent of a nonverbal, autistic, special needs boy, I can't stand these anti-vaxxers because even before this happened, they will use my son. Not that I've ever had the experience, but I see these things. I see what they're getting at. But like, that's why he the way he is. No, he is because he is. And that's just that. And if somebody dare came up to me, I would lose my mind. I don't even want to have interactions with them. In fact, I'll go even further with you. There's this local rag paper. I ain't gonna say the name of them. They put the paper in my, it's from a more blue-eyed blonde place of close to my parish, if you will, in the area. And we're, we have to have all type of information. Let's just say some of them papers, they kind of exit out a little quick because I'm getting tired of this nonsense, man. It's like y'all still arguing about band-aids and if it's a hoax. I had one come up to me talking about it's still a hoax now. And this was before they got rid of the mask mandate, so I can't yell at her anymore. I said, ma'am, I don't care if you think it's a hoax or not. My rules say if you're in front of me and you're in here, put on your damn mask. Thank you very much. I don't care. I don't care.
I just put it on the fact that I'm not willing to risk the lives of my family on what you believe.
Selfishness. They're selfish. So Letitia wants to blow her money to be by herself and all this other foolishness. Cool. Let her do what she got to do. Stay in her house and see where she get these multi-million-dollar type of deals.
She'll get the deals. She'll just get them from Candace Owens' agent. But where I'm sitting up with this, like as far I'm 100% with you. You have never made me laugh that hard since we have known each other. And I enjoy myself when I'm with you, but you're absolutely right. Now, there is a case to be made that Marvel movies in general don't pay enough attention to women across the board. Okay, 25 movies, 1 female led. That is a problem. That is serious.
But Black Panther put women almost, the movie was almost a group effort because of how many women were in it.
That's
side by side with Black Panther.
Yeah.
So this is like the last project that you want to bomb on.
And I'm also bringing up this whole thing of, can we concentrate on, like I'm good with concentrating on all the oppressed groups, all right? But we can't concentrate on all of them at one time, all right?
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose Black Panther to get a Sherry movie. Can I have a Sherry movie too? Can I have both?
Give me both.
Because
it's not what Letitia Wright.
I got a Hawkeye show, I got a Black Widow, movie, and I got 3 Captain America flicks. I got 3 Iron Man flicks. I could have done without the last 2. I could have done with
Hey
I could have
man,
done with a
I like
Mockingbird.
the Iron Man movies,
You
though, man.
know,
I like
I could have done with the Scarlet Witch. You see what I'm saying? And this is just Marvel, all right? Um, because let's face it, right now they're in danger of looking at tokenism from so many different angles. We got one woman, one black, one Asian. That's it. Out of 25 movies. Okay, 25 movies. No disabled. They might get a show. No
You got
LGBT.
Echo. Echo, they represent with
Echo's
Echo.
You got the lady
They
Well,
in
are
Echo is
coming.
already in Hawkeye now. It's not a movie, but
Yeah.
she in there,
Some-
and she's an amputee. So
Yeah, no,
she in there.
I'm with that.
She in there.
Don't get
She
me
in
wrong.
there. She in there. She in the
They're
door.
kind of working on it,
She
but they
kicking
had something
ass,
super
too.
successful with Daredevil. They had something super successful with Daredevil, and we got freaking Thor: Dark World. That's just what I'm saying on that. So yeah. Tyler is killing me today, by the way. I'm like, you can
That's
come out
just how
from under your
Tyler
bridge,
do.
bro.
This-
But
What
yeah,
did he do?
so the fact of the matter,
Tyler just be tripping in the chat. That's all. That's all.
the fact of the matter is,
Tyler did it. Oh, wait.
this franchise can make a lot of money if they invest in it in the same way that they invested in all these tier 2 heroes from the start.
Yes.
Okay. I remember when I remember back in 2008, where the closest thing anybody knew about Iron Man was that dumb cartoon from the 1990s and a couple of cameo appearances on the Spider-Man cartoon from the 90s that wasn't so dumb. Other than that, most people thought it was an Ozzy Osbourne tune, and now look at it.
I
Because they
mean, most
poured the
people,
time and attention into the character. They
most
hired
people knew
competent people.
Iron Man from Wu-Tang Clan as his AKA, then a Tony
Yeah.
Stark.
So
Iron Man.
And when Black Panther came out, they didn't give it the same amount of attention that they gave the other movies, and it still blew the lid off of the planet. Okay, from super high box office returns to dance parties in the lobby. Okay, so
yeah.
given that much enthusiasm, they should be pouring more into this, especially now. Okay, especially right now, because the main people that built the franchise is gone. So we got our, I guess you could say, Captain America replacement in the Black Panther. Okay, we've got that archetype is filled, and so that's one of the reasons that the franchise in all of it is important fiscally again,
Very
with
much
that whole
so.
risk aversion thing. You don't want to give people something too different because they might not go and see it a second or third time. We lost Cap,
Word.
we got T'Challa. We lost Tony Stark, we get Stephen Strange. And that's kind of what they're doing. So real talk, the franchise would be a terrible, terrible, terrible mistake for Marvel as a company to not recast T'Challa. Now,
Yes.
as
Agreed.
far as what's going on with Shuri, I don't mind the changes that they made to a character. I kind of like it. I didn't like that it came at the cost of T'Challa, but that's okay. Okay, that's okay. However, the character of Shuri, much like the character of T'Challa, is bigger than the actors that played them. That is what the movie that did.
Yep.
That is what the movie did to them. Okay, that is seriously what the movie did. And somebody in the chat about 10 minutes ago put up a list of like 15 people that could play that role and do it convincingly. All right.
And especially with the guy, the brother from Queen Soda that you brought up. Like,
Bro,
I've always thought he was dope.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, for replacing Shuri, there are 15 American actresses and an entire planet of actors who are Oscar caliber and unknown to American audiences. And they could even play it off like we found somebody who could do the part better.
Well,
Because nobody gets mad when they replace an actor with someone who is better than the last.
Yeah.
And the character of Shuri was great. But real talk, um, her performance
it's okay. It's
was
okay,
not
but it
well, it was the best she
could
could
do.
do with what she was given, but she wasn't given a whole lot.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Okay. That movie was really given primarily to Michael B. Jordan. I mean, really, he is the one that right now he is Killmonger. Okay, but as far as Black Panther goes, I'm gonna say that Chadwick Boseman was one of my favorite actors, and I'm talking 42, Get On Up, um, the samurai movie that he did. Like the man knew what he was doing. Okay,
Yeah.
but
And there, Antoine Allen comes in and says, multiverse is here. We could do a variant Shuri and T'Challa. They could come in. And here's how I feel.
absolutely,
I get it,
okay,
but at the same time, I'm like, no, this is our T'Challa. T'Challa did not die.
true,
Chadwick Boseman died, and it's a
true,
tragedy.
yeah,
But
and
we
that
love what he did, and we love how he carried the banner of that symbol, so
yeah,
that symbol should carry on to
and
other people.
that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, um, the writing of that movie was strong, but I wasn't moved as much by Chadwick as I wanted to be, and as I had been in the past. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so bringing in an actor that can really just grab that audience with their performance. It was kind of like when the X-Men franchise restarted and nobody saw anyone as Professor X but Patrick Stewart for almost 30 years. And then what's his name came in? What's his name? Um,
James McAvoy.
James
yeah,
McAvoy.
James
Yeah, yeah.
McAvoy comes in, and it's like, you know what? Yeah. And Ian McKellen as Magneto was all right, but when they brought in Fassbender
Yep.
to play Magneto,
And those are
I'm just
perfect
like, you know
examples of
what?
saying, like, even when you think like nobody else can do this role, it's like, no, someone else can do this role.
Yeah,
Also,
this is a chance to iterate upon what was there before.
I felt
Okay.
like most of those movies sucked, other than First Class, but they did look the part. They looked like Professor X and Magneto.
And in truth, beyond looking the part, they played the part. And this is
Yep.
coming
Yeah.
from somebody that said Jennifer Lawrence was not as good as Rebecca Romaine Stamos. All right,
She
as
was.
Yeah,
Mystique.
and that,
You
well,
know,
I could go on a whole rant about Jennifer Lawrence, but I've
Yeah.
I've I've always thought she was overrated. Never really saw it. Like,
really?
yeah,
Wait,
never really saw it.
wait, who was overrated, Rebecca or Jennifer?
Jennifer.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
I've always thought she was overrated. I was just like, I don't get it. But
Yeah.
I know that's what them boys like. And when I say them boys, I'm talking about those like high
Big
school
Seven.
age, Tennessee, you know what I'm saying, white bread, blue-eyed, blonde hair boys. That's what they want.
I
So
don't
I
think
get
a
it.
single one of them said anything negative about Rebecca Romaine Stamos, bro.
That's
Yeah,
what they.
but I'm
That's what
talking
they.
about overrating them. Depending on
Yeah,
the age, when you're talking about teenage, Rebecca's aged out for them. They don't really know her like that.
which is
Yeah.
You
crazy.
know,
But
Jennifer's
It
new.
is.
She that new fresh. Well, she was new fresh
Okay.
at the time.
she was
She
the girl
old now.
next door. At the time. The girl next door.
And I guess Brittany was still on lockdown. So anyway.
Anyway, somebody I put in a tweet earlier, and a young lady responded to someone that said, all the recast T'Challa folks trying to act like it's not about them not wanting another female lead. And it's like, bruh,
Wait,
for
acting
real?
like they
So
don't want a
anyway,
what?
she states, this is such a disingenuous take when there are far more women supporting recast T'Challa than not. Women who watch Marvel love our strong male leads beside our strong female leads. It's not instead of. Black Panther is T'Challa's story. You can't tell it
And,
without him.
and
And
can I say this too?
that's how you know that we're getting caught up in all of this Hollywood narrative. It's okay. I'll say this, I'll pick it up and put it down. The Hollywood narrative of like when it's black, everybody can share. Oh, black and brown, people of color, BIPOC. Oh, it's everybody. Now, when Asian people do something, they'll be like, no, this is Asian stuff. And everybody's like, cool, yeah, it makes sense, it's Asian stuff.
Well, okay,
Nobody's
hold
like,
up.
hey, add in black people,
Now,
add in
I
gay
gotta
people.
interject.
Nobody
I gotta
makes them do
interject
that.
there.
Hey,
I gotta
Mike, there's a
interject
whole
there
con that I'm not gonna
because
mention the name of that say anybody can
no,
be a black.
I gotta interject there because when they bring it, the difference between those two is that
Hold-
one has variance within the country and the other one does not.
I'm-
So when it's Asian, they go, it's Asian, not Chinese, Taiwanese, Nepalese, Japanese,
Yes.
Korean, Asian. When it's
Yes.
black, since we don't know
But
if we
Asian
come from
is
Nigeria,
still-
Ghana, or anywhere else, it's
Yes.
just black. So
Yes. But
know,
both of those can be exclusionary if you want them to.
absolutely.
And they
Yes,
don't
they
make
can.
those other groups share. When it's a
Sure
black,
don't.
so now all of a sudden we got a black hero. If Robert Downey had died, nobody would be saying make Pepper the Iron Man. No one. But it's a black
with that.
man, so let's just you just don't like women. No, it's T'Challa's story. If it was Batman, we wouldn't be like, hey, let's go get Talia Al Ghul and she can be Batman. No, you'd be like, it's Bruce Wayne's story, B.
It's like
But
Marvel
whenever it's a black man, it's like, all right, well, check it. We gonna make it about Nakia. It's like, I mean, Nakia's cool, but
and she's
Namor, Doctor Doom, Storm, none of her stories have any. When I say anything, any real thing, because I'm sure somebody's going to come with, oh, did you see this one panel from 1992? Oh, Nakia was there. What I mean is no substantial real issues between Namor,
Yeah.
Doctor Doom, Storm. It's T'Challa. It's T'Challa's story. It always has been. And
Yeah,
there's
no, I
nothing
agree.
wrong with that. Let
And
it
can I
be. Stop
and
trying to make this some kind of hodgepodge, something else.
I'm
It's
gonna go
T'Challa's story.
You know what I would like to see, and this is actually this is I guess going down to one of the runs I was reading like this recent reboot over the last couple of years when T'Challa saved his sister from the other side of the plane. He brought her back. I would love to see that done in reverse, where you can bring T'Challa, like if you want to say he was hurt or injured by a villain or something, and she went to the other plane. And you get to the spiritual side of it, and she gets to her other abilities that she has now, and then he brings her back. So you can do a role reversal where you have have her as a
Oh, you make her Queen of the Dead?
Queen of the Dead,
I'm with
and you go wild with it, like because that story exists. You just do a role reversal, and that sure was older, wiser, and not a hothead, and she realized that I made my mistakes. But you know what I do love about?
You'd have to do a crazy time jump or like
Yeah.
because remember, she wasn't developed in this way. The Shuri that people pretend like they want needs 2 more movies, maybe even a mini series.
I agree,
Like-
and that's what I personally would want if we had to go that route. And I would love to see them, to Shuri and T'Challa really do love each other, and that would be a perfect way of, hey, I saved my brother, he is back. We'll figure the whole ruling thing out, but we're gonna rule together. Whoever has the title or whatever, blah blah blah. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
The Shuri gave up her title, that, and she took our new title, and she was pretty much more invincible. She was more powerful than ever. So I would love that. I know I'm not gonna get that. That would be an easy fix for me. Like you said, we need some more development to that. But we just gonna get
You
more
ain't
people
getting that.
yelling on social media, about whatever, about Miss Anti-Vaxxer and her BS and
Well,
whatever. Who's
and-
fumbling the bag, literally.
No,
Yeah,
honestly, like real talk. Let's say, all right, since we're talking about what we want to see, as long as this is all up in the air, All right, elevator pitch.
All
If
right.
Disney were smart and they're trying to
Okay.
iron out this mess of Black Panther, the answer, okay, the answer, excuse me, is prequel. Story of T'Chaka, and find an actress that can be like a young Angela Bassett, follow me here, and put them against Atlantis. Have T'Chaka literally sprinkle in, like plant the seeds for Namor's hatred. That way, we don't got to deal with Shuri. We don't got to deal with T'Challa because at best they are children. That gives us a little more backstory on the uncle that got killed in Oakland.
If we were gonna go back, I
Yeah.
might want to go further than just dad.
Well, if we go further back, the only Black Panther from the past that I'm interested in was the female space pirate because she was awesome.
She was
But,
awesome.
but yeah, so I'm just saying, like, because the actor who played young T'Chaka is still alive. He's got background with the role. Plop him in, call the sequel, find an actress who can play a young Angela Bassett. I know that's hard because Angela Bassett is not from the realm of Earth. In fact, let her hit the gym and play herself. and you know, hell, even cast Kerry Washington. I'm good with that. But yeah.
Not with the tooth acting though. Not with the tooth acting.
But yeah, and then we don't want to have to deal with all that. We won't have to deal with this stuff until we iron out what they're doing with T'Challa, what they're doing with Shuri, who they're gonna recast, what the whole thing is. I mean, again, we can agree that First Class is dope, and that
Yeah.
means we got a little bit of stuff going where we can
They
go.
did our boy Darwin wrong.
The-
They did our boy Darwin wrong. They took the
Because-
only brother. They took the only brother in the
Bruh.
joint and was like, look, that's why First Class is like this close to being a good movie. Because they
Yeah.
when they killed him, I was like, oh, at the end of the movie, he'll come back. And when
Yeah.
he didn't come back, I was like, y'all full of it. I was like,
I'm not going to disagree with that. I'm not going to disagree with that at all. Okay, they did our boy bad. But overall, overall as a whole, they showed they have an idea of what they're doing. And when you get someone like Ryan Coogler or James Dean or any of the production cast that was with the Black Panther, taking that idea and building upon the lessons that were learned from the prequels to the X-Men, then we got something. I mean that's what I'm talking about.
I guess I wouldn't be against a prequel, but man, what Marvel would have lost. Well, my plan, they're gonna lose money too, because my plan is just scrap it. Just go on, because whatever you're gonna make is gonna be some whack mess that's not Black Panther. So just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Just go on and make whatever other stuff y'all gonna make. And
you know what you can do? Do like how you did the Hulk. Because you couldn't use the Hulk right out in the solo movie. That's why, Thor 3 is really Planet Hulk in some degree.
yeah,
Merge this into something else like Avengers or whatever with Namor if you want to do.
Okay.
Make him, if he can be an Avengers level
Mhm.
villain when he wasn't on that side and going back and forth this and that. Because he do control the sea. He can do some wild stuff. So you can make him a villain. You can not, you can merge this in, scrap out the Shuri stuff or whatever, or just have her play a role, make another Avengers, roll this in as a new episode, and then really
Yeah.
think hard and long about another solo Black Panther movie. And don't do this. In fact, don't do this. Because it's just going to be fun. And personally, as a Black Panther fan, as a person who, that was one of the first heroes that I loved as a kid, And I'm not saying, I'm not here for hype. Because, I used to read comics before it was cool. But, it's never cool now. It's just about the show that if you can get on, social media.
And again, they changed out Rhodey and didn't say nothing, but they did change him out with a better actor. So
Yes,
boom.
I agree.
and
Boom.
Keith, your audio is doing the canned audio again.
Oh, well, I don't know, man. It's his phone. They hating
Man,
on me.
internet be hating on us, y'all. But with that said, y'all are now caught up. I saw somebody bring up Profess the Film Fan. Yeah, I mean, pretty much everybody has just about the same argument. I mean, the argument is pretty much the same. Like, look, there's no reason that you shouldn't recast him. I mean, the reason that we're not recasting him, people going to pretend like it's not. A good amount of it, from my point of view, is steeped in racism. This would never be done. They would have never done this to Batman. Would have never done this to Superman. Would have never done this to Spider-Man. Would have never done this to any of the X-Men. Would have never done this to Iron Man or Captain America. They would have never said, "Oh, we're never making another Steve Rogers." They would have never done that.
Man, they wouldn't even done this to Deadpool.
Yeah, I mean, real talk. I'm right there with you in the sense of, how can I put this? I want another Black Panther movie, recast it, and I don't care if it's bad. Because no, real talk, because I get tired of everything that has to be black led to be the new example of excellence. There are loads of movies out there with white male leads that are crap. We got Thor: The Dark World. We got Iron Man 2.
Yes, we did.
We got Eric Bana as
that
as the Hulk.
All right. So, and those movies kept getting made. So don't look for an excuse not to make our stuff. All right.
True.
I'm glad that Blade is getting a remake. I really am.
My God.
Because
that Eric Bana Hulk was interesting. Because Ang Lee did that one. That was interesting.
Yeah.
That was,
you know what?
They had the Hulk dogs.
I'll also point out that there are 9 Hellraiser movies. 9.
Hold up.
It had 2 good ones. Yes, there are 9. And don't get me started on how many Friday the 13th movies there are, or Roger Moore's entire catalog as James Bond. So don't give me this crap that it's got to be good. Just give it. All right?
Also, didn't the Hulk punch one of the dogs in the balls in that movie?
Yes.
He was beating up giant poodles.
Yeah. So
and again, Eric Bana was too.
Ang Lee be crazy. When Ang Lee go, Ang Lee is one of those people, like, you got to give him a budget, but you got to stand beside him, like, oh, no. Because Ang Lee has good movies, but, like, I feel like you can't. I feel like you can't just give him money and leave.
He made an art house Hulk film with sci-fi touches.
Yeah.
That man punched the dog in the nuts. I remember that.
Nick Nolte is the lead villain. What were they?
You know what?
Oh yeah, Nick Nolte was his dad. Oh snap! It's coming back to me. Yeah. He turned into water and he tried to like drown him or something.
But he was interested in that.
Yeah. And see, this is my point. This is where I am with you, so people don't think I'm this naive dude that don't see race. All right, because the Hulk got 2 recasts and two movies
quickly
before Ruffalo. Okay, Ruffalo is the 3rd Hulk. 3rd.
Yeah.
All right. So nobody batted an eye at that when these blockbuster movies turn a bit of a profit and their actor sucks. They keep trying.
We had
Tobey Maguire
before Black Panther.
Edward Norton.
We had 3 Hulks before Black Panther.
So
3 Hulks.
Yeah, 3
Hulks.
That's wild.
5 Spider-Men. 6 actually, because Black Panther was after Civil War. So 6 Spider-Mans. Okay, and 8 Superman movies with 4 Superman movies, and only 2 of them were good, but they just kept pumping them out. And we had 5 movies, 2 different Supermen. They keep trying with these.
Remember how weird Batman Returns was?
Bro.
In fact, we got a
movie. The movie's not particularly a bad movie, but it's weird. Like Tim Burton, he was like, he got weird.
Kilmer,
Elektra had a
Clooney,
Elektra.
Yeah, we've had 5 Batmans.
Elektra was
different Batman. Yeah, but Electra didn't get a second shot. And that could be looked at on the
Rightfully so.
woman thing, okay? But whenever movies starring white male superheroes bomb, they get a reboot or
Yeah,
Yep.
they get that
retry
reboot.
or a recast. You know, again, during the Burton to Schumacher years, went through 3 Batmans.
Wow.
3. You know, Keaton, Clooney, and Kilmer. Okay?
Oh, and
Um,
shouts to William Lee in the Electra movie. He was mishandled and misused, but that's also because old girl can't fight, so there was only so much he could do in the scene that he was in.
yes.
Like, because when I was like, oh snap, this dude, oh, it's gonna be sweet. It's gonna be a dope fight scene. No, it's not. No, it
No.
ain't. It's gonna
It was
be
some of the worst CGI ever.
flowy drapes in like the most drapes you've ever seen bought in a house. And like, I was like, who bought these drapes? This is everywhere.
The very wise team of the set dresser and cinematographer, when they saw what they had to work with, that's who
Oh,
brought those
man.
drapes. All the drapes and the sandbags. And yeah. So no, I just, give me more T'Challa. Okay. I
Yeah,
suffered
word,
through
word up.
Brandon Routh. I suffered through George Clooney. I suffered through Val Kilmer. I
Oh,
suffered through
Yeah, because
I
remember
suffered
Superman had a
through
kid.
Eric Bana. I suffered through, I suffered through Edward Norton. I suffered through Andrew Garfield. So if I'm gonna suffer through all that, you know what? At this point, I don't care if it's Marlon Wayans. Give
Oh
Black Panther
snap!
the same shot that you gave
Ooh,
all those
Okay.
other people.
I
Nico,
kinda
Nico.
I suffered through
Okay.
Red Barb. Okay,
Not-
through freaking Red the Captain America from the 1980s that yelled all the time. I
Oh,
suffered,
You know
yeah.
what?
I suffered through Hasselhoff as Nick Fury before
I
I
get-
got Sam
I
Jackson.
get what you're saying. Cause that reminds me of the Chris Rock joke saying, "When we get truly equal is when I can suck at my job and it's okay as a black man."
Thank you.
Nah, man.
Thank you.
We are a long way from that.
Yeah, I
Thank
know.
you. So yeah.
But
So okay,
man.
we lost a true artist and a true craftsman in Chadwick Boseman. And that hurt. Okay? That hurt. But when Christopher Reeves couldn't kick it, they kept trying. When Michael
They
Keaton
still
got
trying to
old,
me.
when Michael Keaton got old, they kept trying. So
And then when they got a Superman that actually looked great, like he looked the part, he had the square jaw and everything. Then they gave him like 2 lines in his own movie.
yeah,
Oh
Yeah.
man.
exactly my point. So yeah, I'm saying bring back the character. I want to see more of the Shuri, or I want to see more Shuri, okay, but not as a
Not
replacement.
Letitia. I'm done with Letitia right now.
Yeah,
Bye,
I'm
Letitia. I
She can
can't
go.
roll with you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah,
She can bounce.
yeah.
Let's
no,
go in and
she can
recast this
go.
girl.
Okay, especially with all the other super talented black actresses between 4 countries that could use that Disney
Thank
bump.
you.
I
All
also
right.
feel like, and I mean, of course, this is in the room and territory. After this, I'll wrap it up. We'll let y'all go. We've been out here for a minute. But I feel all this back and forth. I think there's a lie somewhere. I don't think Marvel. I don't think she's coming back to this because
I was gonna ask that.
people are reporting that she's coming back in January, but then Kevin Feige said early 2022. Like he's like, why all this like vague? At first they were like, oh, she got hurt. Oh, she'll be back, when she feels better. Then it's like, oh, she's coming back in January. Well, no, she's really coming back early 2020. What is early? Is that Q1? Is that
Mike,
Q1
what did I say
2022? Is it
earlier?
Q2? When?
Trade deadline smoke and mirror rumors are going out there.
It's that trade deadline.
It's bad.
It's the trade deadline when you find out that the player has bought a house in another state and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
Or the player that they wanted to get rid of, they need to move somewhere. They be like, you traded.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
I didn't know.
Hey,
All right. So with that said, in the bottom square, Solar Gray, tell them where they can find you.
You guys can find me on social media under social media at Back in the Deck. That's BACKINTHEDECK. You can find me on as Solar Gray here on YouTube. And you can find me Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. at twitch.tv/BID_P, where we talk about games, writing, three-dimensional crafts, and how things like our hobbies, i.e. comics, cosplay, role-playing games, making toys, all that stuff, have benefits and reflections on the life that you want to live and not just the life that you're living right now.
Okay. Word up, word up, word up. Now, right over here, you know him, you love him, Coop from Blerdish.
I hope y'all love me. I don't know, but if you don't, too bad. I don't care. Tonight, I just don't care because Letitia's pissed me off. But anyway, www.blerd-ish.com. That's www.blerd-ish.com. You will find me doing cons next year. Hopefully, if the pandemic slow down a little bit and don't get worse. Next con I'm going to will probably be Fan Expo in New Orleans. I may not be officially set up. I will be at the maybe at a fan table. I'm working on something. They got all type of artists, all type of people coming from Falcon. They got old boy coming. They got Kevin Smith. They got all type of people coming for Fan Expo. And Fan Expo got the money apparently. They bought Wizard, but I'm gonna be doing some other cons, regional cons around my way, all the way from like hopefully Florida, Mobile, whatever, Jackson, Mississippi. I love Jackson. Shout out to the people in Jackson. I always go to that con in June. So I'm putting in work for 2022 already, trying to get it and sell through December 19th. And we got some more pods coming up. And got a King Richard review with my homie Gift very soon.
All right, word up. And shouts once again to, I cannot think of the brother's name. It's like Dabuya is his last name. The guy from Queen Sono, all right? He's like,
you're talking Vuyo Dabula. Yeah.
Yeah, he's dope. He could easily be Black Panther, slot him in, and just be like, look, that's him. All right, that's him. That's who he is right now. And just don't ask no questions. Because that's what we did with Rhodey.
And Hulk.
We even asked.
Yeah, we didn't even ask for Rhodey. We were just like,
got rid of the slick hair, got more of a natural. You got rid of the slick.
Again, that's what we did with Rhodey. We did it with Hulk. We did it with Scarlett Johansson's wigs. We can do it.
Oh man,
she ain't never been. She been wearing a redhead once.
so basically, go ahead and recast T'Challa. NERD, SOUL, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, what is it? TikTok, all them places, whatever. Just holler at your boy. You know what I'm saying? Where you like to consume your nerd stuff, I'm probably there. And if I'm not there, then just come somewhere where I'm at. All right. Then podcast for listening, Spotify for music. We got a cool weekend coming up. Black Together, A Walk in Her Shoes. They will be live on Saturday. We'll also be live with Spider-Man on Saturday. We'll have the new album from Parker Lewis on Friday. We got Star Trek. A whole bunch of cool stuff. So this week, y'all just relax, and then the weekend's going to be dope. Also, happy holidays to y'all. Don't overspend. Look, if you ain't got it, you just ain't got it. Give love on Christmas Day. Now, give love to who you're supposed to give love to. All right? Don't be tiptoeing. But just give love who you're supposed to be giving it to. Now, so
and speaking of giving love, you should be hitting that
and give love to your fellow man.
Wear
your mask. Get vaxxed. Don't listen to these dummies out here. I don't care. I don't give a damn. It's time for this to be over. It's year 3 of this.
Come on, man. Don't you want this to be over?
Yes. Do you want it to be over, please? My sanity.
Look, last year I worked a job that had me working 11 hours a day, 7 days a week from October 6th till New Year's Eve. And I had to wear a mask 97% of that time because I had to eat. If I could do that, y'all can wear a mask when you get out the car and go get your Cheetos.
Thank you.
Just go on, just throw it on real quick. And And if you're not going to wear your mask, cool, but just stop staging these videos where it's like, we know you're staging it because you're filming before you come in the store. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not stop all
Yo.
this. Anyway, look,
Yo.
all right, look, we gone.
Hashtag raw faces. Just click on it. I made it. You'll see a lot of nonsense through the years. I'm chronicling this. Hashtag raw faces. You will see some foolishness.
Oh, man. So we got P.L. Parker Lewis, Arcatron, from us to you. Thank you for chilling, hanging out, recast T'Challa, and recast Shuri, because, look, we ain't got no time for all this mess. I'm just be honest.
But don't
we ain't got
touch
no time.
Angela Bassett.
Oh, no. Angela Bassett, fine. You
Angela
hear her
Bassett
in
and
the...
Denai Guerrero are cool.
Actually, you've never heard any craziness about Angela Bassett on set ever.
That's because she's old school.
She's a professional.
Letitia in one big movie and she don't know how to act. See, this why this. Look, anyway, we
Facts.
Look, we love all y'all. Peace. We out.
I'm the man, yes, sir, that killed a bear barehanded so the people won't forget it. Getting money for our legal to drink. I care what a broke nigga think. Look, everything I do so cold. I can do this, both eyes closed. Too short, I stay on my toes. About that guap boy, anything goes. Help the bear if we outside. Help the bear if we outside. Still tipping, baby, nothing changed. I'm still grinding over here, yeah. Still sliding through my own lane. Shorty, nothing funny over here. Dallas rain everywhere around me. Dream to get money. Made it through the storm, living sunny. Dream came true, now we eating. I got more dreams to chase, gotta reach them. Trying to put a team together like the Hunger Games. Everybody grind together, we all came from Hunger Games.